Hello, dear Pisces. I am Jamie Dawn, your evolutionary revolutionary astrologer, bringing you your May 2022 horoscope. And this is if you have a Pisces sun, moon, or rising sign. And we start the month with Venus entering Aries in your second house. So you'll most likely be thinking about and maybe attracting, because we're working with Venus, sharing your love with what you value most. That's what the second house is all about. And with Venus in fiery Aries, very passionate about what you do value, your possessions. You may easily attract some new income here, or at least be seen as that free thinker, that leader, that person who can do what he or she does really well. And people see you as not only independent and free thinking around this, but someone who can actually be listened to and heard and valued yourself. You're going to be wanting others to value you, and it can show up in many different ways. It could be in, like I say, with new income, but most likely it will be that people will look at you and say, hey, Pisces, I really want you to know how important you are to me. And maybe there's gifts that are given here. So if you are looking for ways to give your personal possessions or the things that you physically have in your life, you're wanting to give them a little bit of a boost here, maybe a new paint job, or some, I'm thinking of like art, like you're covering up some furniture in this really bright way. Maybe you're changing your own appearance, even though that's more first house, but this is where it's like, hey, I have the resources to do it and I want people to notice me. So I'm going to put that nice little pink streak in my hair, something along those lines. Now we have Jupiter entering Aries as well, further energizing that second house, while Mercury will station and go retrograde in Gemini in your fourth house. That happens on May 10th. And so this is telling me that if Pisces, you have been looking for ways to find more business or to get more physical possessions, maybe your own physical body in a way that that you're really focused on it. What is it that you truly value? I always say, if you want to know what someone values, look where they spend their time, money, energy, resources. And so with Jupiter here, Jupiter is going to be expanding those resources and giving you an opportunity to be able to really build what it is in your life that you feel is of great value to you. And it may be that instead of it being an overabundance, because Jupiter can do that, an overindulgence, if you are, of spending, because you do want to watch out for that, this could be a time where you go, you know what, I'm going to invest in the things that give me great value and invest in the people as well that give me value and that I value them. Now, we also, as I mentioned, the Mercury retrograde in Gemini on that in your fourth house, you may be having to look at ways to build your possessions, to build your income, because you need to take care of something in your home. That is a possibility as well. What you want to watch out for is that, again, you don't overspend, but I do sense that a few of you are going to end up having to spend some money on your home, or at least something when it comes to your roots or your foundation here with this fourth house. And in doing so, consider it hopefully a good investment. Now with Mercury retrograding, you may have moments where the contract, the person you're interviewing doesn't show up, or there's delays in getting certain things done, or delays in the time schedules. If you're, let's say, doing renovations on your home, the contractor's late, or they end up having to push off your project for somebody else's, things like that. There could be transportation issues with Mercury retrograde. Now, also, this could be some things from the past that you're working with that come back online. Now, if you have had conversations about, say, elderly parents and going, do my siblings and I take care of this? Or if you're an only child, am I responsible for this? And how do I help mom and dad, or, one parent or whatever? How do I help them as they make a move? So that's also something that may come into play here. And we have a Scorpio full moon. This is a beautiful trine to your sun, moon, or rising sign. That's on the 16th. This is in your ninth house. And this is telling me you may actually find yourself being able to release something along the legalities, something, a belief, maybe a limiting belief that has kept you stuck or made you feel as though you couldn't move forward. Maybe there was some feelings of spiritual betrayal, right? There's a thing called spiritual abuse. And you may go, you know what? I'm going to put this to rest. I've invested in myself. I have attracted the things that I value most. And the thing I want to do now is to really let go of some of that heavier stuff that held me back from really just letting myself be free, letting myself do what I do well, which is have great compassion and empathy for others and being of great service. And also, of course, you're very psychic at this, time. And so pay attention, Pisces in particular, to those psychic hits that you get around that Scorpio full moon. I will put a little pin on the map, even though ninth house doesn't have anything to do really with relationship other than long distance or foreigners, those of a different cultural background. That can be a good influence for you. But I'm just going to say that because we're more than just our sun, moon, or rising sign, and more than just one sign, we have all of them in our charts, that this particular Scorpio full moon for a few of you Pisces could have you releasing a toxic relationship, one that maybe it was long distance, and you just decided, you know what, I need more than what they're giving me. I need more than what this is. Or it could be that you are, I'll use the example of long distance, that now you are coming together and you're planning your future together, not just planning, but actually making the move to move in together, to be in the same area, that sort of thing. Also, if you have been dealing with a legal issue, Pisces, I feel as though this is a good full moon for it to get released and for you to be able to find some sense of settlement on it. We have the sun entering Gemini on May 21st, further activating your fourth house, and a Gemini new moon at the end of the month. So your fourth house emphasis towards the end of May is going to be really about what feels good to you as far as home, and not just physical home. It could be the people in your life. Like, if you're looking at your beloved, let's say you're in a bonded relationship and you look at your beloved and you go, oh, I'm just at home with you. My heart is at home here. That's a wonderful feeling. And with the sun here in Gemini as well, you may find that your home becomes a real hub of social activity, especially if you have kids that are graduating, right? Or you celebrate Memorial Day with parties and things like that. This is just also up as well. Now let's talk about Mars entering Aries in your second house, and then Venus entering Taurus in your third house. This is happening on May 24th and May 28th. Mars enters Aries on the 24th, and you may find yourself having to maybe fight for something you value or protect your values, or the possessions, your home, that sort of thing. However, I'm going to lean towards the more positive side of Mars here, that, because we always think of Mars as the god of war and that sort of thing. I'm going to say that this is an opportunity for you to negotiate if you're trying to get a new role and you want that promotion or you want that new income. So this is a good negotiating time. Now, granted, keep in mind Mercury's retrograde, so it may take a little bit of time to get what you want. So there's a bit of fight going on there, but it's also a great place for competition. So consider it that way. You're competing for yourself, right? You're standing up for yourself. And it could be that you have to stand up for others as well with Mars here, but because, there's something of real cause. And there's a few of you Pisces who may end up letting go of, let's say, a role or a job because you realize, I can only fight for what I value so much. And this company clearly doesn't value the same thing. However, I just get that especially as Venus enters Taurus a couple of days later on the 28th in your third house, that you'll find it easier to communicate, hey, I want something long-term. This is what I can offer. This is why I can offer it. And I can do it in this particular way, and you'll stand out. You'll find that you'll have the support that you want and you need. I see a lot of you Pisces, doing some good communication with those that you care about, as well as finding yourself attracting people who want to share things with you, who want to create stability in your life, and not just create it, but to continue to stabilize it. I see a few of you Pisces using this time of Mars and Venus making their sort of thing. And it will give you an opportunity to, if you're in a bonded relationship, to bond that much closer with your beloved. And if you're single, this Gemini new moon, even though Mercury is retrograde, I keep pointing back to that because a lot of astrologers will say don't do certain things during Mercury retrograde, really don't want to launch anything new, even starting a new relationship. However, if, let's just say, the fates align, then take your time, vet them out. Just remember, not everything is as it appears to be. I can tell you from example that retrogrades are not bad things, and that new things started during a retrograde can have its long legs to it, long life to it as well. It just has different components. Maybe there's something down the road that you find out about this particular person that you're like, oh, well, that's surprising. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. It could just be one of those weird hiccup things, So anyways, that's why I put that pin on the map. Get out, socialize. This is a very social time. It's an opportunity for you to get, say, to the water, to nature, especially as Venus enters Taurus. Some of you are going to be looking at opportunities to be able to connect to nature in that way. It's a great placement if you Pisces like plant medicine, or you like to be able to work in the herbal industry, things like that. This is a beautiful time for you to invest in that, or to see an uptick in that industry as well. So if that's something that you're also interested in, take that class, learn about it. Maybe even give yourself permission to teach it, things like that. All right, Pisces, I hope this helps. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Come find me at jamiedawn.com, and I look forward to connecting with you. Hope you have a great month.